My name is Karen Jakes, and I've been the Chief Executive Officer for Operation Smile UK for 4.5 years. It's flown by. I was asked to tell you a little bit about my background before I started telling you about the charity itself, which I'm absolutely delighted to do. I trained as a nurse at the Nightingale School of Nursing at St Thomas's Hospital quite a long time ago, and I feel it's really appropriate to be able to tell you a little bit about the Nightingale School, and because it's so tied in today with the NHS Nightingale centres and the response to the COVID crisis. Operation Smile is a international charity that looks after children with cleft palates and cleft lips. We work with teams of surgeons, anaesthetists, nurses, biomedical engineers, nutritionists, speech therapists and medical record keepers all over the world, 42 countries currently, and our teams go out to the developing world to look after children who are born with cleft lip and cleft palates. We're one of the largest organisations in the world. We were formed 37 years ago by Kathy and Bill McGee, two absolutely extraordinary people. So we rely on the skills, the passion and the dedication of about 6,000 medical volunteers, some of whom are now really busy working within their own countries with the COVID crisis. And in the UK, we have a volunteer group of 106 active volunteers across the whole spectrum who support our missions globally. Perfume Shop has been supporting Operation Smile for 2.5 years across all their stores in England and Ireland. I wanted to thank them personally and to thank you as our customers for this support, because we can't do without it. 1 in 500 children are born with a cleft condition, irrespective of where they live. In this country, we don't really see children with cleft lips or cleft palates anymore, because as soon as they're born, they're taken into care with specialist cleft teams, which will manage their surgery, their nutrition, and will manage them until their clefts and their cleft palates are completely repaired. Where we work, that's often a luxury. We have worked out that in the 43 countries where we work currently, we think there's about 500,000 children and adults waiting for surgery, 500,000 people, who some may be totally unaware that they actually can get surgery to correct their lips and their palates. So working with the Perfume Shop, it's really important for us that we can continue doing our work, continue our missions with our medical volunteers, continue finding patients that are born in the community and putting them onto a cleft register. It's really important that we can help them with nutrition, because often the babies can't feed. If they have a severe palate, sometimes the food will come out, the children won't be able to swallow the milk. It's really important that we carry on this work. And our ultimate goal is to enable the countries where we work and our partners in the healthcare systems, the ministries of health and the hospitals, to enable the doctors and nurses to take care of the children that are born when we're not there. And that's why your support of us and of our work is so important. The current COVID crisis has impacted on all of us, including Operation Smile. Since March, we have banned all international travel, and we are unable at this time to do our missions. But that hasn't really stopped us in our tracks. So we have made some plans to support our partner countries and partner hospitals. First of all, we released immediately some funding for the purchase of PPE, which, as you know, is really, really important for the COVID response. We've also looked at purchasing and getting equipment out to countries in Africa in particular, oxygen concentrators, which you will have heard all about on the news, to help patients who have respiratory problems if they contract COVID. We've also donated lots of supplies, medical supplies, equipment, stocks that we have in some of our warehouses that we knew we wouldn't be able to use because the missions have been put on pause. So we've done everything we can in the short term to alleviate and to strengthen the hospital systems in the countries where we work. We're also looking at supporting our training of biomedical engineers with online training. support our anaesthetists with webinars, which has been really well attended. We're looking at some nursing webinars as well. So we're just switching some of our teaching training to a kind of online and remote access platform so that we can carry on doing some of the teaching work that we had already planned. So it's really, really important that even though we're all very focused on what's happening in this country, that we don't forget that there are a lot of other countries around the world that are also struggling, probably struggling far, far harder than we ever will. There'll never be a Nightingale Centre in Malawi like there is in Excel. There'll never be 4,000 intensive care beds made available because there just aren't the resources for this kind of care in the developing world. My call to action to you is to please carry on supporting Operation Smile through the Perfume Shop. If you're interested in learning more about us, it would be great. Go online and look at our website. And clearly, we'd love you to donate. Please support us through your purchases with the Perfume Shop. But most of all, I just want to thank you for the support you've given us to date. And I'd like to really thank the Perfume Shop for everything they've done for us in the last few years. And I really hope that going forward we can start again afresh when this crisis has abated in a really strong partnership with the Perfume Shop and their customers. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you from us all.